Back in Week 6, the Saints lost a shootout in their first matchup against the Buccaneers. Can Tampa Bay sweep the series? Find out next on EA Sports.
On the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium. Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And off we go from Tampa. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
These two teams, they met in Tampa earlier in the year, with the Bucs prevailing in that one. So if they can win here in Tampa, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Burrow. This one is incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week, as his first one here's away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that, because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right of the yard. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
From the gun on 3rd down, Callahan. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. And it was the visiting Bucs who came away victorious. So they'll look to claim the season series with a win here in Tampa. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. On third down, here comes Swift. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw. Callahan. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And down inside the 15 he goes.
No pain, no gain. That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. DeAndre Swift, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. This crew, they were on a roll going into the bye week that they just had, Charles, so sort of picking up where they left off.
And you and I both know that when you come back off of an open week and you've been winning games, you should get a few extra days off in order to recharge and refuel. But coaches often hedge their bets, too. They'll bring them back and work them really hard that first practice back to make sure that they're back and grounded.
Whatever they did, formula looking good so far in this one. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Let's go, man.
Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers point their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. With with the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC.
And you can see, as many of you already know, they have clinched the NFC South. But as it stands, Charles, they would still need to host a game on Wild Card Weekend.
And that's a good thing for them, because coming out of your division, getting to the playoffs with an opportunity to host to start the playoffs, that's a pretty good way to get things going. Whoever came out of this division, we knew that they were going to be playoff ready, and this team certainly is.
To throw on second down, Callahan.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
On second down, Swift
Powers through him. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
But it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Off the play fake, Callahan. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ballgame.
And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. That time a 6-play drive, and it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense.
Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Burrow looking to pass. He finds his man, complete. That's Peters. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Burrow on 3rd down. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Vita Vea. That is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
When you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
Here comes the Saints punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field.
And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams on defense. They may blitz more in the beginning to get them going.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 30. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers at that situation, they really become magnified.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. (14-0) the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Second down, and it's Kamara again.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Now it's Burrow. And it's caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Kamara.
And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Pat Freiermuth.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have cut it back within a score.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis.
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
They'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter. Off play action. Callahan.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trip to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands. Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting your...
Now Burrow loses the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. Fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
On first and 10, Joe Burrow drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. From the 25 on second down. Burrow. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
So out come the Bucs now. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset. That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
On second down now, Swift. Oh, he bowls over it. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. From the gun, Callahan. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Back to throw. Callahan. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 12 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. Touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. Taken in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw complete to Freiermuth. The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. A 10th carry for Kamara. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down.
Come on now, let's go. 3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. They go play action with Burrow. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Open man is Myers. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. the gun. It's Burrow. And that is incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you across state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at the 33. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He's going to float this one deep right side. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big-time play there for New Orleans. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything that they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
And that one covering an even 63 yards in the air. From the red zone now, here's Burrow, 1st down. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Joe Tryon in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the 1st down sack. Burrow. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On 3rd down, Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And it's the Chiefs who have the lead in the second quarter. Patrick Mahomes, responsible for the lone touchdown in the game thus far, as he's thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And currently, they are tied with the visiting Bills in that one. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Jonathan Taylor, over 100 yards on the afternoon thus far with a touchdown run as well. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And not much went right in those first two quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they too didn't do a whole lot in terms of rushing efficiency in that first half, as you can tell by the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got the lead as well. All is good in their football world at this point.
And it's so much fun for our colleagues, right? Think about our producer, our director, everyone putting together these shots. Wouldn't you love to be in the truck right now and hear him calling for it? Give me that one, give me that one, give me that one. And we just saw 3 beautiful touchdown passes.
Now he's looking for 4. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Callahan out to the left there and complete to Howard. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Callahan. That's out to Hill. Right side complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Back to throw again. He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Howard. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Barrett. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big play there on the catch and run.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
They'll look to throw again. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Cameron Sample in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now a handoff here to his running back. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Callahan. And a big loss here as he's taken down. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal. Pushes him back big time. And now you figure the field goal team coming on 4th.
Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Oh, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel. Okay, so when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. In this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Play action. It's Burrow.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. On 1st and 10, Callahan. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again, Callahan. That one complete to Hill. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 36.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36.
From the gun, here's Swift.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Callahan. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Touchdown! O.J. Howard, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
For the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is, just what you said, you've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Kamara out of the pistol.
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it.
And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. They drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow.
And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down.
And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He has been on his A game. We're in the 3rd quarter. He's already in search of touchdown pass number 5.
He's played so well that it's hard for me to take my eyes off of him, even when he's not on the field. I keep finding my eyes finding him on the bench in between series, wondering what he's going to do next. This has been a blast to watch him play the position.
He's been spectacular with those 4 touchdown passes.
And, Charles, of interest here, that last throw is going to put him over 20,000 yards passing for his career, and that's not a bad number.
You're exactly right about that, and even though it's nowhere near the top of the leaderboard, because when you think about it, Brady and Breeze, they've done that 4 times over. But when you hit 20,000, let's face it, only a little over 100 guys have ever done that in the NFL. It's worthy of some applause.
Looking to throw on second down. Callahan.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
To throw on third down. Callahan. And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Now a toss for Swift left side.
And he stopped immediately there.
Afitu Melifonwu up to make the tackle there. Right back to Swift again on second down.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs on third down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 7, and he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
First down. Here's Burrow.
Throw left side, taken in by Rodgers.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the 41, Burrow.
Over the middle, and that's caught by Rodgers.
From midfield now, Burrow.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, It's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it. Well, certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Burrow's throw there, complete to Rodgers.
That catch good for only a couple.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Here's Burrow. Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. 7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. Burrow will throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. He finds his man, complete. It's Cannon. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Saints on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Buccaneers' defense holds, and they get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
On the option to give to Swift here.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. On 1st down, Keys. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Now Burrow on first down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, so much for bluffing the defensive line into thinking that they were going to be able to get to the quarterback. Instead, they sniffed out the screen pass and made a really nice play for lost yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Justin Madubuike.
He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
That is caught by Rodgers.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. It's taken to the 26. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves.